claims training for school year 21-22. The United States Department of Agriculture, Food and Nutrition has provided a waiver to allow the seamless summer option operation through the entire 2021-22 school year. All school sites are eligible to participate. Therefore, school food authorities have two options to provide meals to students during this time. SFAs can elect to participate in either the SSO or the National School Lunch Program and School Breakfast Program. In this presentation, we will discuss how to properly submit a claim for both programs. And in this slide, there is some abbreviations that will be used throughout the presentation. Okay, so the next slide is how to submit the SSO claim to the state agency correctly. In order to submit a school year 21-22 seamless summer option claim for reimbursement correctly, you must consult the video shown later in this presentation for detailed step-by-step instructions before proceeding. Even though the SSO claim is submitted through the school breakfast, school lunch claim portal, the procedure for completing the claim form is different from the traditional school breakfast, school lunch method. If you receive an error when trying to submit a claim, please do not make a sponsor comment. As many of you know, making a sponsor comment allows the user to bypass the error message and submit the claim. Please contact the state agency at Child Nutrition Programs at la.gov or call 225-342-9661 if you receive an error message and cannot correct it. Remember, submitting a claim that is flagged with errors will delay your payment. Now we will discuss claim deadlines. The same claim deadlines apply for NSLP, SBP, and SSO claims. The sponsor should submit claims by the 10th of the month following the claim period. Sponsors must also submit by the 60th calendar day following the claim period. Claims for both the NSLP and SSO must be submitted to the Louisiana Child Nutrition Program website under the Green School Food Service tab. Okay, so let's test your knowledge before we begin. So the first question is, what is total enrollment? Is it A, the maximum number of enrolled students at the site for the claim period? Or is it B, is the sum or combined total of student attendance at the site for the entire claim period? Or is it C, reflects the total number of days that meals were offered through the SSO at the site for the claim period? If you take a minute and just put your answer in the chat, and then we can go over the answer. Okay, so the answer is A, the maximum number of enrolled students at the site for the claim period. So again, the answer is A, the maximum number of enrolled students at the site for the claim period. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next question. What is total attendance? Is it A, reflects the maximum or highest enrollment figure on file for each site for the claim period being filed? Or B, reflects the total number of days that meals were offered through the SSO at the site for the claim period? Or is it C, the sum of student attendance at the site for the entire claim period? Again, if you can place your answer in chat, and I'll give you a few minutes and then we'll discuss the answer. Okay, so the answer is C. So almost everybody has got that one right. It is the sum or combined total of student attendance at the site for the entire claim period. Again, what is total attendance? It is the sum of student attendance at the site for the entire claim period. Okay, we have a couple more questions. What is total operating or school days? Is it A, reflects the total number of days that meals were offered through the SSO at the site for the claim period? B, is the sum of student attendance at the site for the entire claim period? Or is it C, it reflects the maximum enrollment figure on file for each site for the claim period being filed? Again, if you can place your answer in the chat room. Okay, it seems like everyone has gotten this one right too. The answer is A, reflects the total number of days that meals were offered through the SSO at the site for the claim period. Okay, this one is just a yes or no question. Will a SFA approved to participate in SSO receive severe need or the additional 7 cents? And you can just place yes or no in the chat room. Okay, now we'll discuss the answer. Let's see. So the answer is no. Federal reimbursement rates are effective July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. Per waiver number 86, the seamless summer option meals will be reimbursed using the summer food service program higher rates. No severe need or additional 7 cents will be added in SSO. SSO reimbursement rates began July 1, 2021, and schools operating SSO will receive the higher summer food service rate. And the severe need and 7 cents will not be applied. The summer food service program reimbursement rates will change in January. The changes will be reflected in the SSO claims beginning January 2022. The federal reimbursement rates for the summer food service program are effective from January to December each year. So remember that if you are operating under the SSO program this school year, that you will not receive severe need or the additional 7 cents due to the higher reimbursement rate. Okay, so the next question is true or false. Do I report CACFP at-risk supper and/or snack programs under the red CACFP tab on the CNP website? So simply answer true or false. Okay, the answer is true. If you are SFA that is also participating in the CACFP at-risk supper and/or snack program at one or more sites, please be aware that claiming of those meals occurs in another part under a separate tab of the website. Claiming these meals occurs under the red CACFP tab and is subject to the same claim deadlines. And also please note that not everyone might see the red CACFP tab. It just depends on your authorizations. So if you log in and you don't see it, it just means that you have not been authorized to see that tab. Okay, one more question. What do I report for my eligibility figures? Is it A, eligibility figures should also reflect the highest number of eligibles by category, free, reduced, paid for each site for the applicable claim period, or default to what the free and reduced paid eligibility was on the final operating date of the month that the claim is being filed? So is it A or B? Okay, everyone's got that one right. Eligibility figures should also reflect the highest number of eligibles by category, free, reduced, paid, for each site for the applicable claim period. So now we will discuss three different scenarios. These are the three different scenarios that we get questions about at the office. The first one is SFA participates in the National School Lunch Program, the breakfast program, the after-school snack program, and the Seamless Summer Option program. So this SFA in this scenario participates in National School Lunch, School Breakfast, After-School Snack, and Seamless Summer Option. So for this scenario, the SFA is approved to operate lunch, severe need breakfast, and free snack under NSLP, breakfast and lunch under the seamless waiver, and only free snack will be served under the National School Lunch Program. So it's approved to operate for lunch, severe need breakfast, and free snack under the National School Lunch Program, breakfast and lunch under seamless waiver, but actually only free snack will be served under the National School Lunch Program. So when the SFA logs in to complete the claim, they will see two areas, one shaded in green and one shaded in white. The SSO information will be shaded in green, and the National School Lunch, School Breakfast, and After School Snack Program will be in white. So since the sponsor is only participating in After School Snack Program for the National School Lunch Program, they will enter that information in white, and they will enter in the breakfast and lunch information under the Seamless Summer Option in green. And you'll be able to see this in the video that we see on the next slide. One tip is that under the School Participation Data tab, all eligible schools are listed along with a green check mark next to each meal type that has been approved on the Schedule A. A red X represents a meal that was not approved on the Schedule A, and claim data cannot be entered for this meal for that site. So now we will watch a short video on how to enter data into a claim for reimbursement for the National School Lunch, School Breakfast, and Seamless Waiver programs. The SFA and site used will be Calcasieu Parish School Board and A.A. Nelson Elementary School. A.A. Nelson Elementary School is a site that participates under Calcasieu Parish School Board and is serving breakfast and lunch under Seamless Waiver and after-school snack under the National School Lunch, School Breakfast program for school year 21-22. Also, as a reminder, the data being keyed into the claim in today's presentation is for training purposes only and does not represent any real school data.
Access the claims feature for school food service and/or seamless summer option claiming. The sponsor user will need to log into the CNP website. Click on the green School Food Service tab, which is located at the top right of the screen. The user will then click on Claims, followed by View Claims, both of which are located on the left-hand side green toolbar under the School Food Service tab. A list of all claims that have been created for school year 2022 will display. Sponsor users should remember that only open claims, those highlighted in yellow, can be edited from their end. In the claim sample discussed in today's training, August 2021 will be the claim period used. In this particular example, the sponsor has already initiated a claim for August 2021, so we will go directly into the claim to begin discussing the parts. In today's example, viewers can see that A.A. Nelson Elementary School is currently approved for lunch, severe need breakfast, and free snack under the National School Lunch Program. The site has also been approved for lunch and breakfast under the Seamless Waiver Program. Since the sponsor wishes to participate and claim breakfast and lunch meals under the Seamless Waiver Program, they will claim the meals in the green shaded area. And since they would like to claim free snack under the National School Lunch and Breakfast Program, those meals will be claimed in the white shaded area. To begin keying in claim data for an individual site, click Edit next to the site in which you wish to access. Again, in this example, we will be keying in data for A.A. Nelson Elementary School. After the sponsor user clicks Edit, he or she will see two sections displayed. Each having a Part A and a Part B. Please note that Parts 1A and 2A correspond to the School Food Service Program, which also includes the National School Lunch, School Breakfast Program, and After School Snack Program, whereas Parts 1B and 2B correspond to the Seamless Summer Program. In this example, since we will be claiming under both programs, both sections will need to be completed. Now let's discuss each section one at a time. For question 1A, only data for meals that were served and intended to be claimed under the National School Lunch Program will be entered. Since this site is only serving snacks under the National School Lunch Program and all snacks are free for the after-school snack program, the following parts will need to be completed: free eligibility, total enrollment, number of operating days, and total attendance. Please note that reduced and paid eligibility is to remain 0. Also, the figure reported for total enrollment should also be entered for free eligibility. For question 1B, only data for meals served and to be claimed under the Seamless Waiver Program will be entered. In this case, breakfast and lunch are being served under the Seamless Summer option. This allows for the service and claiming of free meals that were served to eligible children. Therefore, the following parts should be completed: free eligibility, total enrollment, total attendance, and school days. Data should match what was keyed into 1A, with one possible exception, the number of operating/school days. If the after-school snack program was served on a fewer number of school days than breakfast and lunch, the true number of service days for the after-school snack program is to be reported. For question 2A, only meal data for that were served and are being claimed under the National School Lunch Program will be entered. This site is only serving snacks under the National School Lunch Program. All snacks served and reimbursed at the free rate for this program. In this scenario used, the following information must be entered: the number of operating/school days associated with this program, the number of reimbursable free snacks served to eligible children at the site during the claim period, and other meals not claimed if applicable. Cases where this may be applicable would be if a second meal was offered to a child, or if the sponsor sells snacks produced under the National Schools Lunch Program / after-school snack program to adults for a price that is equal to or greater than the cost to produce. Please be reminded that the state agency does not in any way recommend overproduction of any meal type for the purpose of having extras to serve to students. Also, be reminded that meals reported under the other meals not claimed reflect the exact heading displayed in this section. These meals must be reported in the claim, but the sponsor does not receive any reimbursement for them. As a reminder, all snack meal data reported in this section is to be reported under the free meals column. For question 2B, only data for meals that were served and are being served under the Seamless Summer Option Program will be entered. This site, AA Nelson Elementary, is serving breakfast and lunch through the SSO and through the waiver elected in the sponsor's online application that allows for higher rates of reimbursement. These reimbursable breakfast and lunch meals all get recorded under the free meals section. In this example, we will record the number of operating school days per program for breakfast and lunch for the claim period of August 2021 at A. Nelson Elementary. Note that the breakfast and lunch each require entry of operating/school days, as though it is not very common, there can be cases where one meal service was offered on more days than the other. Additionally, the sponsor user will need to key in the total number of reimbursable breakfast and lunch meals that were served to eligible children from this site for the claim period. If any second meals were served to students, or if any meals were served to adult visitors, these would be tallied for the August claim. For the August claim period for this site and reported under the heading Other Meals Not Claimed, the sponsor user must use the Save button to lock this data into the system for the site in which claim entry was completed. If the sponsor is a multi-site sponsor, the same process described before would be used to complete each site's claim data for the claim period of August.
Okay, so before moving on to scenario 2, does anyone have any questions in regards to scenario 1? If you do, please type them in the chat room. Okay, no one has any questions, so let's go ahead and go on to scenario 2. Scenario 2 is SFA participates only in National School Lunch Program, School Breakfast Program, and After School Snack Program. However, the SFA has not started operating the After School Snack Program yet. So the SFA is approved to participate in all three, but has not yet started the After School Snack Program yet. So the SFA is approved to operate lunch, severe need breakfast, and after school snack under the NSLP, SBP, ASP, and breakfast and lunch through the Seamless Summer Option Program. Again, claims meal data will be entered under both the white and the green shaded area. White for the National School Lunch Program and green for Seamless Summer. Also, please remember that duplicate approval of breakfast and lunch meals is required under both programs. Sponsors must first be eligible to operate and approved under the National School Lunch Program in order to participate under the Seamless Summer option. This, however, does not mean that breakfast and lunch meal data will be keyed in under both applicable areas. So in this video, we will use Morehouse Parish School Board. The site will be Bastrop High School, and the claim month will again be August 2021. Please note that as a reminder, the data being keyed into the claim in today's presentation is for training purposes only. And again, this sponsor has been approved for the National School Lunch, School Breakfast, and After School Snack Program. However, the After School Snack Program has not yet began operating yet. So let's watch the video so we can see step by step what needs to happen for this type of claim.
In this training, we will discuss the process for manually entering data into a claim for reimbursement for meals served under the Seamless Waiver Program. The claim sample that we will review in today's presentation will show the speaker entering claim data into the SFA Morehouse Parish School Board's School Food Service Seamless Summer Option claim for the site Bastrop High School. This school is currently a site that participates under this SFA and is approved to serve breakfast and lunch under the Seamless Waiver Program and after-school snack under the National School Lunch Program for school year 21-22. It is important to note that in this example, we will proceed as though the SFA has not yet begun to offer the after-school snack program at the site, despite being approved to do so. Please be aware that the data being keyed into the claim in today's presentation is for training purposes only and does not represent any actual school data for this site or SFA. To access the claims feature for school food service and/or seamless summer option claiming, the sponsor user will need to log into the C&P website. Click on the green School Food Service tab, which is located at the top right of the screen. The user will then need to click on Claims, followed by View Claims, both of which are located on the left-hand side green toolbar under the SFS tab. A list of all claims that have been created for school year 2022 will display. A list of all claims that have been created for school year 2022 will display. In instances where no claims have yet to be created for corresponding school year, in this case, school year 21-22, the page will look similar to this. No claims available to display at this time. No claims are present. Sponsor users should always remember that only open claims, those claims highlighted in yellow, can be edited from their end. In the claim example discussed in today's training, August 2021 will be the claim period used. In this particular example, the School Food Authority has not initiated a claim for August 2021, so we will go directly into how to create a claim. Click on Claims, then Create New Claim, which is located under the Claims tab. The program year will always be defaulted to the most recent or current year, which is 2022. Then the user will select a claim month from the drop-down list. In this case, will be August 2021. Only the months that are available for claiming will be shown in this list. And then click Create. The claim for August 2021 has now been created and is listed under the heading Claims for the Program Year 2022 and under the column with the heading Claim Month. To access the claim, the user will click on August 2021 and click on the School Participation Data tab. Under this tab, the user will see all the approved school sites that will be participating under this School Food Authority for the current program year. In today's example, viewers can see that Bastrop High School is currently approved for lunch, severe need breakfast, and free snack under the National School Lunch Program and Breakfast Program. The site is also approved to participate under the Seamless Summer Option Program for a lunch and breakfast. Since the SFA wishes to participate and claim breakfast and lunch meals served to eligible children under the Seamless Summer Option Program, we will see that breakfast and lunch meals get entered and claimed in the areas corresponding to the Seamless Summer Option Program, which is the green shading. Had the SFA operated the after-school snack program during this claim period, they will record that meal data under the portion of the claim that corresponds to the National School Lunch School Breakfast Program, which is the white shaded area. However, remember that for training purposes in this example, we are assuming that the after-school snack program did not begin in August 2021 and is scheduled to begin in a later month. Therefore, in this particular example, meal data such as eligibility, attendance, enrollment, and operating day data will not be entered in to the white area. Only data will be entered in the green shaded area. To begin keying in data for an individual site, click on the Edit button that is located immediately below the site name that you wish to enter data for in the claim. Again, in this example, we will be keying in data for Bastrop High School only. If you are a site with multiple sites, you need to follow these set of instructions for all other sites that were operational during the claim month being completed. After the sponsored user clicks Edit, he or she will see two sections, Section 1 and Section 2, display for the site assessed, each having a Part A and a Part B. Please note that Parts A correspond to the School Food Service Program, which includes the National School Lunch Program, School Breakfast Program, and After School Snack Program, whereas Part B corresponds to the Seamless Summer Option Program. As stated previously, a quick way to differentiate between programs in the claim is to look at the shading of the cells displayed. Tables shaded predominantly in white correspond to the School Food Service Program, whereas those predominantly shaded in green correspond to the Seamless Summer Option Program. In this example, since we will be claiming under the Seamless Summer Option Program only for August 2021, due to the after-school snack program not operating in that claim period, we will only be entering data into the green shaded area. Let's now discuss each section one at a time for the example in use. For Section 1, for Question 1A, only data for meals that were served and intended to be claimed under the National School Lunch Program will be entered. Although this site was approved for participation in the after-school snack program, the SFA did not begin the program in August. Therefore, this section will remain zeroed out. As a reminder, the Seamless Summer Option only allows for a combination of 2 meal types per day per site. For Question 1B, only data for meals served to be claimed under the Seamless Waiver Program will be entered. In this case, breakfast and lunch are being served under the Seamless Summer Option. The Seamless Summer Option allows for the service and claiming of free meals that were served to eligible children. Therefore, the following parts should be completed: free eligibility, total enrollment, number of operating school days, and total attendance. Also, please be reminded that the total enrollment and the free eligibility will always be the same number. For Question 2A, in this particular example, nothing needs to be reported. This section can remain zeroed out as originally displayed since the site did not begin its after-school snack program in August. Once the site begins offering the after-school snack program, it would then become necessary to input data under Parts 1A and 2A. But for now, this remains zeroed out since after-school snack participation did not occur in August at Bastrop High School. For Question 2B, only data for meals that were served and are being claimed under the Seamless Summer Option Program will be entered. This site, Bastrop High School, is serving breakfast and lunch through the Seamless Summer Option Program. In this example, we will record the number of school days per program, breakfast and lunch, for the claim period of August 2021 at Bastrop High School. Note that breakfast and lunch each require entry of school days, as though it is not very common. There can be cases where one meal service was offered on more days than the other. Additionally, the sponsor user will need to key in the total number of reimbursable breakfast and lunch meals in the corresponding free meal column that were served to eligible children from this site for the claim period. If any second meals were served to students, or if any meals were served to adults or visitors, these would be tallied up by meal type for the August claim period for this site and reported under the heading Other Meals, Meals Not Claimed. The sponsor user must use the Save button to lock this data into the system for the site in which the claim entry was completed. If the sponsor is a multi-site sponsor, the same process described before would be used to complete each site's claim data for the claim period of August. Note that if you are an SFA where you began after-school snack participation in August at some school sites, but not all, those that did not serve will be allowed to have zeros reported under parts 1A and 2A, whereas those that did serve under the after-school snack program would be required to complete both parts. If you have any questions, please contact the Louisiana Department of Education.
Okay, we did have one question. The question was under SSO, other meals include adult sales at cost meals. Should it include the employee meals that are provided as fringe benefits to food service preparation employees? And the answer would be yes. Does anyone have any other questions in regard to scenario 2? Okay, let's see. Okay, we'll go ahead and start with scenario 3. This is the last scenario. It is the SFA participates only in the National School Lunch, School Breakfast, and After-School Snack Program. The sponsor or SFA does not participate in this seamless summer option. So in this scenario, the SFA is approved to operate under the school food service programs, National School Lunch, School Breakfast, and After-School Snack, and does not intend to participate under seamless summer option. Therefore, the sponsor will only see white shaded cells or line items in its school year 21-22 claim. Also, please note that the state agency expects to see the following data keyed in for both breakfast and lunch: the total operating days, the total number of reimbursable first meals by status, free, reduced, and paid, and other meals, meals not claimed if it's applicable. For after-school snack program, the state agency expects to see free snack meals reported only. No reduced or paid meals should be listed. So in this video, The SFA will be the Institute for Academic Excellence. The site will be Sophie B. Wright Institute of Excellence, and the claim month will be August 2021.
To access the claims feature for school food service and/or seamless summer option claiming, the sponsor user will need to log into the CNP website. Click on the green School Food Service tab, which is located at the top right of the screen. The user will then click on Claims, followed by View Claims, both of which are located on the left-hand side green toolbar under the School Food Service tab. A list of all claims that have been created for the school year 2022 will display. Sponsor users should remember that only open claims, those highlighted in yellow, can be edited from their end. In the claim sample discussed in today's training, August 2021 will be the claim period used. In this particular example, the sponsor has not already initiated a claim for August 2021, so we will go directly into how to create a claim. Click School Food Service, Claims, Create New Claim. The program year will always be defaulted to the most recent or current year, which is 2022. Then the sponsor user will click on the drop-down list to select a claim month. In this case, it will be August 2021. Only the months where a claim can be created will be listed here. Click Create. The August 2021 claim has been created and is now listed under the Claims for Program Year 2022 heading in the column with the heading of Claim Month. To access the claim, the user will click on the link August 2021, click School Participation Data, and under this tab, all approved school sites will be listed. In today's example, viewers can see that Sophie B. Wright Institute of Academic Excellence is currently approved for lunch, severe need breakfast, and free snack under the National School Lunch, School Breakfast Program. To begin keying in claims data for an individual site, click Edit underneath the site name that you wish to access. Again, in this example, we will be keying in claims data for Sophie B. Wright Institute of Academic Excellence only. If your organization has more than one site, you will need to follow the steps below for entering each site's custom data for the applicable claim period, which in this case is August 2021. After the sponsor user clicks Edit and accesses the school site's claim area, he or she should only see two sections displayed, each containing only Part A. No Part B will display, as this relates to seamless summer option operations only. In this example, since we will be claiming under the school food service programs only and not the seamless summer option, we will only have two areas to keep in data for. Let's now discuss each section one at a time. For question 1A, only data for meals that were served and intended to be claimed under the National School Lunch, School Breakfast, and After-School Snack Program will be entered. With the exception of residential childcare systems that do not have enrolled day students and SFAs that participate fully or partially in CEP, all SFAs will key in free, reduced, and paid eligibility figures under 1A. In addition to eligibility data by status, total attendance, total enrollment, and total operating school days must be entered. Once 1A has been completed, the sponsor user can then move down to section 2A. For question 2A, meal data that was served to eligible students during the claim period will be entered for each site for all programs in which it operates. In this case, we will enter meal data for the National School Lunch Program, School Breakfast Program, and After-School Snack Program. For this example, let's assume that the school site, Sophie B. Wright, does not participate in the Community Eligibility Program and will therefore have to claim total number of meals by type, breakfast, lunch, or snack, and by status, free, reduced, or paid, for the claim period. When this is the case, the state agency expects to see the following data keyed in for both breakfast and lunch line items. Total number of operating days for each meal type, total number of reimbursable first meals by status, reduced is listed in this column, free is listed in this column, and paid is listed in this column. For the free snack portion of 2A, the sponsor user will need to key in the total number of operating or school days for this meal service. Please note that this could be fewer days than what was reported for breakfast and lunch, or could be the same depending on the set after-school snack program schedule. The total number of reimbursable first meal free snacks issued to children from the site for the claim period and any snacks served to adults and or children as seconds under the other meals not claimed section if applicable. Note that these meals must be reported when served, but are not eligible for reimbursement. Please note that with the after-school snack program in the state of Louisiana, school sites are able to qualify for free meal service through the use of its own school's free and reduced data, or through the use of a neighboring school's data if it qualifies and the site requesting after-school snack program participation does not. Therefore, the state agency only expects to see free snack meals reported by sponsors and not reduced or paid snack meals. The sponsor user must use the Save button to lock this data into the system for the site in which claim entry was completed. If the sponsor is a multi-site sponsor, the same process described before would be used to complete each site's claim data for the claim period of August. Once all claim data has been entered, it can then be submitted for approval per the usual process.
Okay, so this slide is about claiming definitions for NSLP SVP claims. This is just a few of the definitions that we've gone through throughout the presentation. I'm not going to go through and read each one, but we thought that it would be helpful to have a slide on here with that information. So that way maybe you can print it and put it in your office. So that way you have all the information in one spot. So now we discussed the three scenarios. We went over some other information about the SSO claim. Hopefully everyone now has a better understanding of the claiming process. And as always, if you ever have any questions or concerns, always please contact us at either the Child Nutrition Programs at la.gov or at 225-342-9661. Is there anyone that has any questions that they would like to ask? Please place them in the chat room. Okay, so we don't have any questions. We ask that you please complete the survey on how do you enjoy the training. We also would love your feedback on whether you enjoy the videos or any feedback in regard to that. We're just trying to offer some new ways of communicating with Zoom. So just please, any feedback would be great. Thank you for participating in the training today, and hopefully have a good day.